you've probably seen this term AI PC popping up everywhere, right? But is it just a new marketing buzzword, or is it a real change in how our computers work? Today, we're going to dig into HP's new Omnibook 7. We're going to use their own product page to figure out what they think an AI PC is, and if it's really worth it.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First up, what even is an AI PC, at least according to HP? Then we'll dive into the hardware, the nuts and bolts. After that, we'll look at the screen, what the AI actually does for you day to day, and finally, we'll wrap up by looking at the price and everything you get in the box.
All right, first things first, the big question. What exactly makes this an AI PC? Let's see how HP is defining this whole new category.
Right off the bat, HP's main tagline focuses on durability and excellence. Now, this is really interesting. It's not just about flashy AI tricks. They're setting this up as a high-quality, reliable machine first and foremost. The real question is, how does AI help it get to that level of excellence?
So when you boil it all down, an AI PC really has three key ingredients. First, you've got a main processor that's been specifically beefed up for AI tasks. Second, and this is the really important part, it has a separate, dedicated chip called a Neural Processing Unit, or NPU. Just think of it as a special little brain that only handles AI stuff. And third, you get software features built right in, like a physical keyboard button that brings up Microsoft's Copilot instantly.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But a concept is nothing without some serious horsepower behind it. So let's pop the hood and check out the core specs of this machine. The specs here are pretty beefy, but it's how they all work together that's the real story. The Intel Core Ultra 7 is the main brain, of course. That 32 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM isn't just a big number. It's super fast and energy efficient, which is absolutely crucial for loading those big AI models without draining your battery. The 1 terabyte SSD means everything opens in a snap, and the Intel Arc GPU is there for any heavy lifting on the visual side. It's a really high-end, balanced system.
And this number right here, 16, really tells you a lot about the power we're talking about. Just think of those 16 cores as 16 individual workers, all capable of tackling complex jobs at the same time, from editing video to running AI models without the whole system grinding to a halt. It's really built for a heavy workload.
Look, performance is great, but what about the part you actually stare at all day? The screen. Let's talk about the display, because HP is putting a huge emphasis on this thing, and it all starts with one word: OLED.
So, here's the deal with OLED, and it's actually pretty cool. Unlike a regular screen that has one big light behind it, every single tiny pixel in an OLED display makes its own light. What that means is, when a pixel needs to be black, it just turns off completely. That's how you get those perfect inky blacks, amazing contrast, and believe it or not, it actually uses less power.
And it's not just the OLED tech. There's a whole lot more going on with this screen. 3K resolution means everything is incredibly sharp. The variable refresh rate makes scrolling feel like butter, but it also cleverly slows down when you're not moving to save battery. For anyone doing creative work, that 100% DCI-P3 means your colors are going to be spot on, and the taller 16:10 aspect ratio just lets you see more of your work without having to scroll.
Okay, we've seen the hardware, we've seen the screen. So let's connect it all back to the main promise. How does all this AI power actually show up when you're using it day to day? All right, this is really the heart of the AI experience. You've got that dedicated key to instantly pop open Copilot. The camera and microphones use AI to make your video calls better. We're talking automatic background blur, noise cancellation, keeping your face centered. But the really crucial part is that these AI jobs get handled by that special NPU chip. This means the main processor is totally free to do your actual work, so the whole system stays fast and snappy, even when you're on an AI-heavy video call.
And of course, to help get you to switch over, HP is also pushing a pretty big trade-in offer, which could knock a pretty nice chunk off that final price.
And the process itself? They've made it super simple. It's just 4 steps. You go online and get a quote for your old device, you buy the new laptop, and once your new Omnibook arrives, a partner service comes to pick up your old one and pays you. The whole goal is to make upgrading as painless as possible.
All right, let's talk about the final piece of the puzzle, and it's a big one, the bottom line. With a premium laptop comes a premium price. So what does the total package really look like?
So the price tag comes in at just over 1,18,000 rupees. According to HP, that's with a 7% discount already applied and all the taxes included. Now let's see what that money actually gets you.
So to soften that blow a little, HP throws in some pretty valuable extras. You get a backpack, which is nice, but the big one is a lifetime license from Microsoft Office 2024. That's a huge deal because it means you own apps like Word and Excel forever. No subscription needed. You also get a year of Microsoft's basic cloud service on top of that.
And on top of all that, they're running a bunch of other offers to really sweeten the deal. You can get instant discounts with certain banks, an extra bonus if you trade in a PC, and you can add things like a longer warranty or Adobe software for a much lower price. It's all part of the strategy to make that final price a bit more attractive.
So when you put it all together, the powerful processor, the 32 gigs of RAM, that beautiful color-accurate OLED screen, it becomes pretty clear who this machine is for. This is really built for professionals, creators, and really anyone who needs that top-of-the-line performance when they're on the move.
And that really leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? The Omnibook 7 presents a powerful vision for the future, with AI baked right into the hardware. But with its high-end specs and a price tag to match, it really makes you wonder, is the future of computing a whole lot smarter, but maybe a whole lot more expensive for all of us?